Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Bogalo, and with me once again is...
Necromaniac. Hello, Internet.
Good day. So, last time we stopped after helping the Kobali recover their temple from the Vaadwaur invaders, we're going to take a step back from that, and this week we're going to go over the remastered Romulan Mystery missions.
Yes, because I am totally not just stalling to avoid having to do more random system patrols.
That's certainly going to help you quite a lot.
That's also leveling.
Yeah, like for me, I'm just tagging along. Although I definitely want more XP because with the addition of the patch that came out with the anniversary, they added a new specialization. I don't have enough points for that specialization. I need more specialization points. So I need to do a lot more leveling. Anyway.
Plus, you haven't done these either yet, have you?
No, I haven't done any of these yet.
Yeah, so I just want to see
There are... So, as we kind of mentioned before, there was something like 15 missions in the Romulan Mystery set, not counting the Riemann series. Cryptic has condensed that down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And of these 4, like 2 of them are entirely new missions, and 2 of them are combinations of other missions. Although I'm sure that the 2 entirely new ones also still feature aspects of some of the deleted missions.
Yeah.
So as a whole, like they've not only condensed, like got rid of a lot of the cruft, a lot of the junk that was available, because
those missions were pretty grinding.
Yeah, because as much as there were some missions in there that I liked, like I thought that Minefield was an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, like some of the other ones that I thought were interesting, like Terrace,
Terrace is still there.
Yeah, which is the ones which were combined into the new set. Like the ones that, other than Minefield, the ones that I thought were actually very interesting were the ones that actually told story, and so they were amalgamated into this condensation.
Yeah.
So now I can only hope that for one of the next upcoming major patches, they're going to do a similar thing to the Cardassian set. Because,
I know they've said
my
before,
goodness.
Yeah, I know they said before that they want to do that to that, and I think they said they kind of want to do that to the like the first set of Klingon things with the the demons and crap.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, so first one is
Empress Sela.
Okay. Empress Sela, which is now referencing what happens in the Romulan series.
Mm-hmm.
Folks will remember not that long ago when we went to Kittimer to do the negotiations. Empress Sela tried to disrupt them by planting bombs and blaming it on the Republic. So, thinking that she can just, I don't know, like
randomly
apologize, and thinking that apologizing for randomly murdering people, or at least attempting to, is going to be good. Now she's wants to, I don't know, make amends with us.
Mm-hmm. Sure, she does.
Yeah. So. We're going to go as the official cover of an intelligence gathering operation, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Also, these missions have some rebuilt rewards, but basically the really neat things that were in before are still available, like the overcharged plasma sniper rifle, which is the reward from this one. Okay.
And they, of course, have Denise Crosby.
Oh, yeah, reprising her role.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yep, this is...
We Are Together.
Are we together? Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Okay, there you are. Alright, so you see, since you came in a little bit while... did you have to do anything when you arrived in here?
No.
Okay,
just had the narration.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get any narration.
Whoops.
Okay. Uh,
Basically, she said, blah blah blah. Hope this is the dawn of a new day of peace and cooperation. Please enter standard orbit, and then transport to surface.
okay. It's just to confirm on your screen. Are you showing powers on your away team?
Yes.
Okay, because for me, it's not showing any powers slotted onto your guys.
On my bridge officers.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they're fine.
Okay. So it's
I mean, it took me like half an hour to fix them up yesterday, but
yeah. So I should at least point out then on that note. So if people were using like the unique bridge officers, one thing that Cryptic did for them and them only, not any like the randomly generated ones, but if you had any unique bridge officers like Elsa Flores, Naylan Exel, or anything quite like that. Okay, that's odd. All right. Because some of them featured unique or rare abilities, they defaulted those bridge officers back to their default powers, but also awarded them whatever you had given them at that time. So, for example, in fact, here we'll just take a brief pause here, and I'll show off the new bridge officer.
it's pretty neat.
Skills thing. Yeah, it's actually really neat. So, the way it works now is you can either obtain or build training manuals. Captains can build training manuals based on the abilities that they can unlock through their skill system. So it's just like how before, if you had certain ranks and certain abilities, it gave you the ability to train your bridge officers in certain skills. That's still here. It's just that now, instead of it being you just overwrite a bridge officer's ability, you now build a pad, apply onto a pad a skill, and then you use that skill on a bridge officer, and that unlocks that ability on that bridge officer. And so any bridge officer can now learn any ability and can have all the abilities unlocked on them. And of course, one thing that Cryptic has said is that this system will allow them to add unique abilities. So much like how they've been, just like how they've been adding things in lockboxes for the for traits and for your kit modules, it's quite likely that there will be something like that for bridge officers at some point, probably. But you know what? Like, I'm fine with that, because like any more customization, the ability to add more abilities easily, like that's something that I'm happy about. So regardless, each time that you train a one of your bridge officers on an ability, it costs more and more expertise. So, like, the first one may cost 600. Then after that, it's like 1,000. Like, I don't know what the build is. I just know,
as an example, Elisa Flores, who I taught mostly everything. It also varies by what slot you're, like what rank power you're.
Oh yeah,
adding.
So it does. Yeah, so just looking at it now, I can see that. Yeah.
For example, having everything in space for Ensign, to add a new one, assuming she had it, would cost her 1,200 expertise.
Okay.
Whereas having like 3 skills in a lieutenant rank, adding a new one would add another 700. So. Okay.
So I guess, as an example here, like my Naylan Exel, because he is a unique bridge officer, it's kind of obvious when you consider what he is.
Yeah, I haven't. This one.
I haven't interacted with this system at all. So you can see that at his ensign, he's got 2 abilities, Tractor Beam and Science Team, because when the system came into effect, he had Science Team trained, but Tractor Beam is what he had by default. And the main reason why they need to do the system with characters like Naylan Exel is that, like, before this system, there were very few ways for players to get Gravity Well 3 as a power. And Nayland Exel is one of the bridge officers who had it, so he was able to be fed to other bridge officers to give that ability. There's also characters like the Photonic Tactical Bridge Officer, which comes with a unique... He has a unique one somewhere. Maybe it's not... Oh, no, he has...
The Breen has one, too.
The Breen has one?
At least I think it is. It's like... Superior Cryonic Visor Beam or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's considered a trait, not But yeah, the
it's like a cold laser is what I'm figuring.
Sorry, I thought there was. It's I know I have one that actually had a like sort of unique. Okay, I think it's the Photonic Science Bridge Officer who has Photonic Officer, which is kind of a unique ability. So regardless, like there are some of the like the custom built ones. Actually, I think also the Android engineering has like support drone fabrication 1, which is kind of a unique one as well. Like that was actually hard to get on bridge officers before. So anyway, regardless, any unique bridge officer had their default abilities reset to what their default abilities were, and then they also granted the abilities that were trained onto them. So you didn't lose what they were trained with. You just gained new ability. You just gained the ability to change between their default and what you wanted, because some of these guys came with unique powers that you couldn't otherwise get.
Yeah, I know the Jem'Hadar was really good because he had Torpedo Spread 3 naturally.
Oh, geez, yeah. So anyway, so
the other thing I like about this is it lets you swap powers really easily now.
Yes, so
without having to go back and train.
Yeah, just within. Not even including the fact that now your bridge officers have like all these powers. When you go to your station, not only will it show you what powers the bridge officers have while you're looking, so you can make sure like, yes, this is the guy I want to put into that slot, but you can also click on that bridge officer, say, no, I want to change these abilities, and then click each slot and then be able to choose right there, okay, here's what I want. Like, here's where I can put in each of these in this slot, and then carry on. So it is a very sharp system. I really like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Anyway, we're actually here for a reason, so let's
be diplomatic and stuff.
Wow, Empress Sela herself is meeting us.
We could kill her right now.
Solve a lot of problems, but we are here for diplomacy. The regular diplomacy, not what you're used to.
I mean, I have a shotgun. I could just blow her head off right here.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Just
actually, I can't talk to her. Weird. Oh
no?
well.
Oh
no, it's not showing like the dialogue box for me. It's kind of a.
Oh, it's probably because I talked to her first.
Yeah.
It's one of the problems with like when you're doing these things in pairs, because sometimes it just kind of like it only shows these things for one person at a time, and that's kind of a frustrating thing.
I'll let you go for it since you got the recording going.
Oh, this guy, this senator is upset that we're supporting the terrorists.
They're not terrorists, they're freedom fighters.
The Romulans can be so difficult to deal with, especially these Imperials. They are forever setting traps, twisting words.
No, I'm just talking about. Oh, hey, it's our good friend Jiro.
Will he shut up this time?
He seems to have a fairly short dialogue here.
She may have an ulterior motive for inviting us here. But
oh yeah, he didn't say a lot. That's very nice of him.
I am so pleased to see the Federation recognize and attempt to rectify its past mistakes. I knew that a people as clever as yours would realize eventually that it is
other Romulan
impossible to
ambassadors
maintain-
want us to renounce our relationship with the Republic, which is probably not going to happen.
No. They're our pals.
Another trying time for Vulcan.
Yeah.
The Romulan Star Empire blames the Vulcan Science Academy for the Hobus supernova that destroyed their world. They are
Romulan Star Empire blames Vulcan for the Hobus supernova. Which,
Yes, because it's the scientists' fault that a supernova happened, a naturally occurring event. Yeah, even though we know it's not naturally occurring, but
and we know it's certainly not the Vulcans. I also like, even within the normal storyline, like one of the main reasons the Hobus went supernova is because the Romulans didn't want the Vulcans anywhere near it to try and solve the problem. If I
yeah,
remember
that
correctly.
was the countdown
They-
comic.
Yeah, like they delayed letting anyone come in and try and fix things because they wanted to
Well,
take care of it.
it was half
themselves
that,
or
and half the
something.
Vulcans didn't really want to save the Romulans.
I could see that as well.
But Spock, Picard, and Geordi basically said, "Haha, screw that. We're doing it anyway."
At the same time, like in STO, they also kind of present what happened as being probably a little bit more immediate than whoop.
I apologize for the interruption.
I think STO's take on this situation presents the supernova as being a slightly more immediate than it might have been presented in other media.
We can clear this up.
Like I don't, cause,
The comic, it was enough time for them to, I think it was a matter of days or so.
okay. I mean, I think that, like, when you consider how a lot of people, even in STO, react to
Yeah.
react to the supernova and all that, like, that makes sense. Like, it wouldn't make sense for the supernova, for the way people react to the situation around supernova, if the supernova wasn't, like, if it was an immediate explosion, then the way
Yeah,
a lot of these people
it was enough
react
time
would
for
seem
people
a
to
little
realize what was
silly
happening. It wasn't enough time for them to actually...
to actually do anything.
It would have been enough time for them to do something if they hadn't been, stupid. But
Yeah. Oh god, this guy is here for Drake.
So why is she set the lower
Frankly, Drake's an asshole.
He is.
everyone but the Empress and her aides? But
I'm actually really surprised he didn't show up anywhere in Delta Rising.
opens up to
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like especially like to be honest, there are even some duty officer missions that sort of suggest that he's up to something. But yeah, like there's still time. Because to be fair, we were dealing with some Romulan intelligence agents instead.
That's true.
So they might have figured, you know what, we'll hold off on some Drake for the moment.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
distraction. It's a distraction.
That's one way to distract.
in the northeast corner of the room. There will be a security room.
Alright, so I need to take a maintenance tunnel to the lower levels just around the corner.
Right over here.
Yep, there it is.
Also, I'm wearing a new uniform.
Oh yeah?
I'm wearing the one that we're going to get from a mission we're going to do later.
Oh, okay, I was wondering.
It's like I had it. I'm like, I might as well use it.
Alright, so we're looking for a console.
This one. Here, I'll let you.
Okay. Access the security console, so we need to access the communications log. Acquired a Borg sphere. Proposal for new hunting grounds. So that gives you an idea of who we're dealing with. Download the logs. Access security cameras. We want to see the storage cameras.
Empress, the fleet is on its way to Vulcan.
Excellent. Have the weapons loaded aboard my ship.
Are you able to? Are you seeing
No.
this? Oh,
At last, we will have our
They're planning on sending a fleet to Vulcan.
Hail Hakiv and put him through
That's
my
pretty
personal
bold.
terminal. Then leave me. I have
She wants to
matters
talk to
do.
Hakiv as well. Another one of our favorite assholes.
Yeah, well, we know he's going to get shot in the head.
Yeah, so access office camera. What do we see here?
Computer, begin playback of file 2895 now.
More stuff with Sela.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to realize
It's playing one of the
I lived among them.
one of the old Leonard Nimoy voice clips.
Nice.
21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant.
It's good they can reuse those.
To save
Yeah, it's. I mean, I imagine that cost them a pretty penny to even get that stuff done. Like it was also funny when they redid the stuff for
Suffer the same fate as
was it Zachary Quinto?
Yeah.
When they rebuilt the Federation tutorial, it was actually pretty fascinating that they were able to
Salvage the
rebuild.
voice clip.
Yeah, salvage those voice clips and rebuild it all.
I have Hakeem, Empress.
patch him through.
Now we're listening in on a
My
conversation.
fleet is launched for Vulcan. I expect you to rendezvous.
Oh, she's sending Hakiv to Vulcan.
alas.
Oh, but no, Hakiv is too busy dealing with the Romulan storyline to be able to show up.
Kittu did not go as planned.
He's being
Which I-
foiled by other people.
That's right.
Ally with Taurus missing.
Spare me your excuses, Hakiv. Nothing is more important than avenging the destruction of our homeworld. You disappoint me, Hakiv. I trust you will not do so again.
Alright, okay, now disable the transport inhibitors. So now we got to destroy the weapons that she's planning on using before she can put them onto the ships.
I like how my Riemann told me that, too.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. For me, it was my guy. But, like, to be fair, he's my only bridge officer, so...
Yeah.
Oh, and these are Thalaron weapons, too. Even better.
Thalaron weapons are bad except when used by our allies.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they've ever
us.
actually used their... I don't
Well-
think the Lizette has used their Thalaron.
I guess, but in the broad sense, players still use it, so...
Oh, yeah.
Should have known the
Oh, yeah.
Federation would send spies instead of diplomats. And you call us treacherous. No matter. You may have destroyed these weapons, but my fleet is already en route to Vulcan.
It's kind of funny that like she's trying to play the moral high ground here when her plan is to launch a sneak attack on Vulcan.
Oh, Sela's just a delightfully evil... You know...
Yeah.
She's like, she knows she's evil. She doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, for some reason I had the shotgun equipped. I mean, not that there's much wrong with using the shotgun, I didn't really want to be using it at that moment.
I did.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad weapon. It's just, not what I wanted to use for that encounter.
Ambassadors are safely back.
Guard's dead.
But I had to blow my cover.
Alright, so we gotta get back to our ship. Alright, we gotta rescue all the other, rescue the rest of the vessels.
By blowing stuff up.
Yep. It's the way these things work. So I should point out that I've decided to use the Sarthalan carrier, which was the reward from the Christmas event. The Sarthalan is a really good ship. if you were unable to get it during this past Christmas, it will be available next year.
Have they said that?
Well, they haven't.
Since
I figured they haven't removed any of them yet so far. But yeah, to be fair, we don't know yet, so we'll see.
I would not have anyone
But it's a full carrier, and it's actually fairly mobile for a full carrier, even though it uses the the normal 3 forward 3 rear slot of other full carriers and science vessels. Mm-hmm. But it's got a 7 base turn rate, which is pretty fast compared to some other full carriers. Like typical full carrier is like a 5 base turn rate, which is just it's just slow. It just drags.
Mm-hmm.
They crawl through space. It's not that there's a place for those. It's just I just kind of prefer having a fair amount of mobility, and like a 5 base turn rate. Pure carrier is a little bit too slow for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Star Thalen is pretty mobile. I think it's also it also gives plus weapons in addition to plus auxiliary. Okay, so Admiral Tanay wants to know what's going on. We're telling him, they're sending a fleet to Vulcan.
Oh, now we have to go save Vulcan.
Yep, so we're gonna warp to Vulcan and prepare for the defense. One of the nice things about the Star Thalen as well is that if you had obtained the Pleshbrek from a previous year, or even from this year, if you had more than one character, because you could easily get I don't know, 1,400 of the tokens if you did the thing every day. You only need 1,000, and if you get the item, if you get a ship on any one of your characters, you can get it on other characters, or even the same character for only 40 tokens. So, if you had 2 characters, you could do the event on each of them, one for different ships, and be able to get them on everyone. Regardless, if you had the Pleshbrek, you can purchase special. You can purchase a Pleshbrek hangar pet, which is kind of unique because they are. The Pleshbrek summons have the Raider flanking ability, which I think makes them the only hangar pet to have flanking, even though the Klingons do have hangar pets that are based on player ships that have the flanking ability.
Yeah.
So
they'll probably add that later.
Yeah. For all I know, they may actually have, those ships may have had them added. It's just that when I looked on the STO wiki, it may not have been updated because there are actually a lot of stuff on the STO wiki which is not really kept up to date very well, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know, maybe. Regardless, flanking is actually one of those abilities which is hard for your summons to use because they're not smart enough, to be quite honest. So it sort of just turns out to be it is definitely a damage bonus, but it is maybe they'll use it or maybe they won't. So it's just more like of a random proc. So regardless, I mean they're actually pretty neat though. They're actually still fairly sturdy even for raiders.
Compared to fighters, they're probably pretty sturdy.
Yeah. I just like having different ships in each of my slots. So that's why I use the fighters in one bay and the Fleshbrecks in the other. Yeah, fighters tend to die really, really fast, and frigate summons tend to not. One thing that's also really nice about the Fleshbreck, not the Fleshbreck, but the Sarthalan, is that the hangar bays for them are on the long wing. So when your ships launch, they actually launch out the side of your vessel instead of launching out like the front or the sides. Cryptic actually does do a pretty good job at making sure that all of the like that where your summons come out is properly represented on the ships. So and I like how I really like how it looks when ships fly out of the Sarthalan. It just looks really nice.
Also, they totally ripped that design off from the Kilrathi.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Sarthalan was in something. I just wouldn't know where. Probably not from a show.
Deep Space Nine, if anything, but yeah.
I mean, it was probably in some other game. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't. Well, you know what? I'll be sure to take a look on Memory Alpha when we're done here. And see. But yeah, like I actually really like the way that they've designed the Breen ships in general. Like they have a really nice look of like just barely holding together. Oh, now the main fleet has arrived.
I'll follow your lead.
Who just arrived? I think they tried to make that be someone.
I figured it was
that?
yeah, dude.
What's his name?
Sean.
It's not. No,
It's not Sean.
it shouldn't be because he.
Well, he would be in the.
I guess he would be in the Belfast by now, but
Yeah.
isn't that? But I thought. There is a Voyager here, which is probably the Voyager. Oh, and there's the USS Rhode Island, so we do have. There's the other tie-in. The USS Loma Prieta. That's probably who that guy was from. So it's not the Belfast. But I thought Sean flies a Defiant class at this point in the story.
I think he does.
Yeah. It's. Oh, geez, there's even a nameless. Can't remember the one, but the multi-mission surveillance. Vesta.
Vesta.
Yeah, they even have a nameless Vesta over there. Dude, this mission, like, there's even a Chimera class, which is really weird. This is absolutely a who's who of Federation ships.
Of course, there's still like 4 or 5 Mirandas.
Oh yeah, of course. Mirandas are everywhere. I mean, you know, there's I see a Defiant, Dervish, a whole bunch of Mirandas and Centaurs, Shikars. Yeah, it is.
Kicked your ass, Sela.
There's an Armitage, which is pretty nice. Although I've actually been seeing Armitages show up much more in missions. Like that actually became fairly common.
Indeed. Then why does Starfleet use ships equipped with weapons of mass destruction? Why did the Vulcan Science Council willfully
As
refuse
Sela
to
is
assist
accusing
us
us of
when there
having
was a
ships with
chance
weapons
to
of mass
save
destruction,
a
which,
world?
when you consider what the description of a weapon of mass destruction is in modern days,
Can be laid at the feet
well,
of the
yeah.
Federation.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure what she's specifically referring to, but, like, I'm pretty sure our phasers are technically weapons of mass destruction, so...
I don't know what she's like specifically referring to in this case.
Debris has traces of Borg energy signatures. Something to look into. Yeah, I don't remember offhand what exactly she's referring to.
Yeah, I can't pretend to be surprised by the Romulans fucking with Borg technology anymore.
Oh, yeah, like... that has been too common of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I think she could be referring to is, like, the red matter crap from the movie.
I guess.
Which is, you know, scientifically laughable, but whatever.
Maybe. Maybe I'll mention it here. Oh, Admiral Tanay is actually specifically referring to Section 31. That's actually kind of weird.
She knows they exist.
Oh, yes. I'm positive that she already knew, but it's just kind of strange to hear confirmation of Section 31's existence from someone who is not Section 31.
Mm-hmm.
Because like pretty much every other situation that it comes up, it's always every official member will deny Section 31 exists, and then they have to go to unofficial sources. Anyway, yeah, so that was the first one. So now we'll go on to Desperate Measures. So Empress Sela was one of the brand new ones. Mm-hmm. Desperate Measures is a rebuild of a bunch of them.
Including the one where we go find out that they're using Borg technology, because...
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's not like we are finding out. We already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long range scans indicate that Tal Shiar have the Borg sphere, so we are specifically going to this place to track down the Borg sphere and prevent them from. Ooh, here's a unique item from this. The combat hyper impulse engines are actually really good, but yeah, this prototype gravitic engine actually would seem pretty nice if I wasn't already using, like, you know, raid quality gear.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at? Did you already start it?
The place no, I'm going to the place where it starts.
Oh, you must be in a separate instance of sector space then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We will show up in the same one once the mission starts.
There, now we're in the same one.
Yeah. It was just kind of strange that they sent us to different ones. They usually don't do that for teams. Although, to be fair, again, like in sector space, it doesn't matter, because once we start the mission, it would push us into the same one.
Also, amusingly, there's a dude in my fleet over there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Just randomly, like not someone I know. I just noticed he had the same fleet.
Joe in the USS Skyrim.
Dante in the USS Aquavitae.
Riker in the USS Argonautica.
Kairi Rojineko in the USS Lemonade Mouth.
I saw that one earlier. Chris in the USS Smoking Wreck.
I wonder if Keiji Rojineko is like a character from something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Anime Desu. Okay.
Right.
Shall we?
Yep, let's begin.
Let's try on.
Indeed. Okay,
that's a goofy little mistake.
Yep, that's a minor error. Okay, we have the Borg sphere on sensors, and I believe this may even be a new map. Newish, at least. It's not the same one as we usually have for this mission. In any case, we'll stop the Tal Shiar researchers by blowing them up.
That'll stop them.
Yep, I mean, it stops them for sure.
They can't do research if they're dead.
Yep. So folks may be noticing that the enemy ships seem to be getting the exploit markers on them. That's because we're making use of the new command specialization, and its starting space ability is basically space exploits, except or space expose, and the way it works is that when you expose the target, your next basically
torpedo.
Your next torpedo deals ignores some of the target's defenses, basically.
Well, that didn't take much to kill.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was already heavily damaged, so now we're going to activate a nearby satellite, and then hide so we can tag a Romulan ship that's passing by. Okay, fly behind the asteroid, and then power down.
We're gonna hide in a cardboard box.
Yep. Waiting for the Romulan ship. Well, I'm not actually behind the satellite, but that's okay.
I'm kind of halfway in it, actually. Yay for clipping. Right, we've tagged the ship, and it's flying away. Or is it? Or as we're No, it is.
Okay, it just seems to be hovering by the. Okay, there we go. It was scanning the wreckage, so now we're going to follow the Romulan ship to the Gasco system.
I originally read that as Geico system.
It's where you get your deals on ship insurance.
Yes.
I mean, how else do you think I can afford replacing my ship all the time?
I just figured you made a shit ton of money.
Well, that too. Alright, so now we're going to assault this station.
We're gonna blow them all the hell up.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we didn't mention this because it had only happened this week, but yeah, the new lockbox arrived with the anniversary stuff, and it's the Vaudoir lockbox, which I knew it was coming. I
expected it later, honestly.
I expected it much later on, but I also didn't really expect the Vaudoir to put it simply, get taken out quite as quickly as they do in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, folks will see once we get to that point, but like, they are still a threat, but they're not that big of a deal by the end of Delta Rising's normal story. So
it's like the Alachi from Romulans.
Yeah, pretty much. So the Vaudoir blockbox being the first post-release one makes sense in that manner. I just expected them to have been one of the last ones for the Delta Rising expansion as a whole. Some interesting stuff in this box. The Mirror Universe ship is actually an APU cruiser. So folks will remember seeing those funny little boxes during one of our patrols. You can get one of those because it's taking the mirror universe slot. They arrive as a tier 5, not a tier 6. The lockbox prize is the Vaudoir escort. And the Lobby Store ship is the Vaudoir heavy artillery vessel, which I'm actually kind of sad about because I really liked the look of the interdictor cruisers. So I'm a little sad that the one that they added to the Lobby Store was the heavy artillery ship. However, that said, the heavy artillery ship has a very interesting gimmick. In that it's like a 6.5 turn rate cruiser, so it's a pretty slow turning cruiser. But it equips, not only does it equip dual cannons, but it comes with a special console which gives it increased defense at the expense of turn rate. Basically designed, basically with the simple intent that you use it in the was actually kind of the one of the default ways that people play, where you just sort of sit your ship down pointing the enemy and you keep shooting until they're dead. So it's basically a ship designed to play in that exact manner, which is kind of interesting.
Pew pew.
You.
Yeah.
Are you from Starfleet? I have no love for the Tal Shiar, but I do have a family. If I complete, most of the families are being held.
Alright, so everyone's looking for us to basically rescue their significant others from the Tal Shiar.
Technology is dangerous. You're talking about devices.
What else was in that lockbox? The weapon for it, which is Vaudoir Polaron weapons, which are actually kind of interesting. They have a proc to cause the target to basically takes it reduces the toughness of their shields for a period of time. Which is... Oh, what did you do?
I can't go to engineering now.
Really?
I think.
That's weird. Alright.
Can you come back up here?
No, I can't.
Sec. Gonna go try to die.
Okay. Yeah, because I might have created a new spawn point. That's kind of an interesting bug.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so much like other lockboxes, they did add some new traits in this one, although the traits aren't really ones that I'm that interested in, but I can see where some of them would be interesting. Like one which basically gives a pretty big bonus to ground kinetic attacks. So, if you wanted to play a melee build, that's the trait for you. There's also one for ground which was interesting. No, not for ground. There was a space one which was interesting, which goes as well with the that Vaudoir ship, which gives over time, as your ship stays stationary, you will gain a stacking bonus to damage dealt and damage received. So like your damage received will go down and your damage dealt will go up, which is interesting.
Try something real quick.
Okay. Like leave and come back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Reading some logs about their work at adding Borg tech to their stuff. Oh, now they got one of their guys is taking over a medical bay and is trying to put the Borg tech into people, which that seems like a terrible idea.
That seems pretty messed up.
Yeah. So I'm going to destroy this Borg research. Because no one should have this type of Borg technology lying around except for us.
Yeah. This loser, their ship's named the USS Normandy.
Huh. Okay. So... turbo lift to medical bay.
Okay, that ain't working.
Oh. What's the matter? Where are you at?
Well, the mission wants me to go to Gasco Station.
Okay.
There's no way for me to go to Gasco Station.
Oh? Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Nope.
Alright, I guess I'll just have to finish this up myself or something.
See if it's just in our sector or something. Nope.
Oh, also I should have to mention as well that the lobby store was, in addition to the Vodwar ship, they added the Vodwar uniforms to the lobby store, and one of the examples they gave for
yes, that one's funny.
For how they look was a character that basically looked like Star-Lord.
Yep.
Like straight up.
It's actually on the launcher of the game.
Yes, it is actually. It's. I mean, it looks good. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it looks really nice, but at the same time, like, yeah, that is. Like, whoo boy. I gotta get that costume set, but I have to get it like after I buy that ship. So.
I can't even begin to express my gratitude.
Actually, I probably have enough lobby
I'm from Serene
for it all.
One of the colonies that is still neutral in the conflict between the Republic and the Tal Shiar. Before all this, one day I went for a walk on the cliffs near my settlement. I remember seeing something strange.
Yeah, I'm kind of amazed no one's getting sued.
Yeah. Here's a person here who's basically telling us about the Alachi stuff.
Or why I'm here. What they do.
Contact the lead scientist to let him know that, hey, we've saved your family. And now we'll get the access codes and destroy all their research.
Blow it all up.
Yeah. Beaming back up to the ship. Is it going to... Oh, so now we need to... They're activating their assimilated ships. Now we need to try and maybe delay them. This one's interesting because if you're shooting, you can't necessarily delay the progress. But for me, I can get away with that because I've got summons to do that for me. And whereabouts are you?
I restart the mission.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they probably at that point they were in different instances now.
Yeah, I know, but I still want to finish it.
Oh, of course. Alright, let's 2 of the simulated ships down, 1 to go.
I want to thank you again for
That's
rescuing
3.
me from an unpleasant fate. If I could impose on you once
Oh,
more,
now this person wants us to bring her back to her home colony, and you know what? We'll totally do that.
Because we are a galactic taxi service.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're nice guys.
You might be. But I'm not there right now, so...
Okay, there. Now, so that's actually the end of that mission.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you may be a little bit.
Yeah.
No, whatever. Just take that and end.
I'll finish it at some point. I'll be up. I'm ready for the next mission next time.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be it for us for this week, or at least, or at least for our normal ones. We'll do a bonus episode this week for the new featured episode, and for the anniversary event stuff. So we hope to see everyone then.
Bye, everybody, as I continue this mission from where I was.